Hello and welcome. Today we are going to embark on a rather wonderful gardening adventure together. We will be learning how to grow our very own papaya tree, right in the comfort of our own gardens. It is a surprisingly straightforward process and the rewards are simply delicious. This guide will take you through every single step, from the humble seed to the glorious fruit. I will show you how to prepare the perfect spot, how to plant your seeds correctly, and how to give your young tree the care it needs to thrive. Growing your own food is one of life's great pleasures, and the papaya is a fantastic place to start this journey. Before we get our hands properly dirty, do consider subscribing for more gardening tips and guides just like this one. It is the best way to join our community of growers and ensure you never miss out on a new project. Now, what is a papaya? It is a tropical fruit, sometimes called a pawpaw, with soft, sweet orange flesh and a central cavity filled with black seeds. It grows on a fascinating, fast-growing plant that is more of a large herbaceous perennial than a traditional woody tree. It is a brilliant choice for a home garden because it grows quickly, produces fruit within a year, and doesn't take up an enormous amount of space. To begin this exciting project, we will need to gather a few essential tools and materials. Nothing too complicated, I assure you. You will need a good quality packet of papaya seeds, or you can even use fresh seeds from a shop-bought fruit. You will also need a small trowel for digging, a watering can with a gentle rose attachment, and some good, well-rotted compost or manure. A sunny spot in your garden is absolutely crucial, as these plants adore the light and warmth. Finally, having some small pots or seed trays on hand is useful if you wish to start your seeds indoors before planting them out in their final position. Let us discuss the seeds for a moment. If you are using seeds from a fruit you have just enjoyed, give them a good rinse under cool water to remove any remaining pulp. Then you must let them dry completely on a paper towel for a day or two. This step is quite important as it helps to prevent them from rotting when you plant them. You can store these dried seeds in a cool, dark place until you are ready to sow. Choosing the right variety is also something to consider. Look for a dwarf or self-pollinating variety if you have a smaller garden, as this will make things much simpler for you in the long run. The first proper step in our papaya growing quest is choosing the perfect location. Papayas are sun worshippers, so you must find the sunniest, most sheltered spot in your garden. They need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every single day to grow strong and produce sweet fruit. They also despise having wet feet, so good drainage is non-negotiable. If your garden soil is heavy clay, you might consider growing your papaya in a large container or a raised bed, where you have complete control over the drainage. A spot against a sunny wall is often ideal, as the wall will radiate heat and offer protection from strong winds. Once you have found the ideal location, it is time to prepare the soil. This is where the hard work really pays off. Papayas are hungry plants and they thrive in rich, fertile ground. Dig a hole that is about twice as wide and just as deep as a large bucket. Then, you will want to mix the soil you have removed with a generous amount of well-rotted compost or manure. This enriches the soil, providing the essential nutrients your young plant will need. It also improves the soil structure, which helps with that all-important drainage we just talked about. A well-prepared patch of earth is like a welcoming home for your new plant. Now, for the exciting part, planting the seeds. Because you can never be certain which seeds will produce male, female, or hermaphrodite plants, it is always a good idea to plant several seeds together. In your prepared hole, sow 5 to 10 seeds, spacing them out by a few inches. Cover them gently with about ½ an inch of the enriched soil mixture you created. Do not plant them too deeply, as this can hinder their germination. Planting multiple seeds increases your chances of getting at least 1 or 2 strong fruit-bearing female or hermaphrodite plants, which is precisely what we are aiming for. After sowing, the final step in this stage is to give your seeds a good, gentle drink of water. Use a watering can with a fine rose to avoid dislodging the seeds or washing away the top layer of soil. The goal is to make the soil moist, but certainly not waterlogged. You will need to keep the soil consistently moist over the next few weeks while you wait for the magic to happen. Germination can take anywhere from 2 to 5 weeks, depending on the temperature and conditions. Patience is a gardener's greatest virtue, and this is one of those times when you must simply trust in the process and wait for those first green shoots to appear. Once your seedlings have emerged and grown to about 6 inches tall, you will face your first big decision. You must choose the strongest, healthiest looking seedling to keep and remove the others. This process is called thinning. It feels a bit ruthless, I know, but it is absolutely necessary. By removing the weaker competition, you are ensuring that all the water, nutrients, and sunlight are directed to your chosen champion. This gives it the very best chance to grow into a robust and productive tree. Simply snip the unwanted seedlings at the soil line with a pair of scissors to avoid disturbing the roots of the one you are keeping. Watering is one of the most critical aspects of caring for your young papaya tree. These plants are thirsty, especially during warm, dry weather, but they are also incredibly susceptible to root rot. The key is to find a happy balance. Water your plant deeply and regularly, allowing the top inch or two of soil to dry out completely between waterings. A good rule of thumb is to provide a thorough soaking 2 or 3 times a week during the growing season. Always water at the base of the plant, avoiding the trunk and leaves, as this helps to prevent fungal diseases from taking hold. As your papaya tree grows, it will benefit greatly from a regular feeding schedule. Remember, we are trying to grow a large plant that produces fruit in a very short amount of time, so it needs plenty of fuel. Every 2 to 4 weeks you can apply a balanced liquid fertilizer. Something with plenty of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium will do the trick nicely. You can also mulch around the base of the tree with more compost or well-rotted manure. Mulching not only feeds the soil but also helps to retain moisture and suppress weeds, which is a wonderful bonus for any busy gardener. Keeping an eye out for pests and diseases is also part of the job. While papayas are generally quite resilient, they can sometimes be bothered by things like fruit flies or powdery mildew. The best defense is a healthy plant, so good care is your first line of protection. Inspect your tree regularly, checking the leaves and developing fruit for any signs of trouble. If you do spot a problem, deal with it promptly using an appropriate organic solution. A strong, healthy plant is always better equipped to fend off any potential invaders, so your diligent care really does make all the difference. The moment you have been waiting for will typically arrive sooner than you think. One of the great joys of growing papayas is their rapid growth. If all has gone well, you can expect to see the first flowers appear on your tree in about 5 to 7 months. Following the flowers, the fruit will begin to develop. The entire journey from seed to harvest can be as short as 9 to 12 months. This is incredibly fast for a fruit-bearing plant, making it a truly gratifying project for gardeners who appreciate a quick return on their efforts. Seeing those first small green fruits form is a moment of pure gardening triumph. Knowing when to pick your papaya is crucial for achieving the best flavor. A papaya is ready for harvest when the skin begins to turn from a solid dark green to a yellowish green or even a vibrant yellow-orange. The fruit should also feel slightly soft to the touch when you apply gentle pressure with your thumb. Do not wait for the fruit to become fully yellow on the tree, as birds and other creatures might get to it before you do. Harvesting it when it is about half to 3/4 yellow and allowing it to ripen indoors for a few more days is often the best strategy for a perfect, unblemished fruit. To harvest the fruit, you can use a sharp knife or a pair of secateurs. Simply cut the stem that connects the papaya to the main trunk, being careful not to damage either the fruit or the tree itself. If the fruit is too high to reach, you may need a special fruit picking tool or a steady ladder. Once picked, bring your papaya indoors and place it on your kitchen counter. It will continue to ripen and soften over the next few days. You will know it is perfectly ripe and ready to eat when the skin is almost fully yellow and it yields easily to gentle pressure. The aroma will also become wonderfully sweet and fragrant, and there you have it. You have successfully grown and harvested your very own papaya. The taste of a homegrown fruit ripened to perfection is a reward unlike any other. Slice it open, scoop out the seeds, and enjoy the sweet, buttery flesh. You have earned it. For more guides on growing your own food and making the most of your garden, please do subscribe to our channel. It is a wonderful way to stay connected and continue learning together. Happy gardening, and I hope your papaya tree brings you an abundance of delicious fruit for years to come.